Got my eyes on the target. No, no. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. I'll never run. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. They say I'm dangerous 'cause I broke all their cages. No, I won't sit and take it. No, no. They left me for dead, I guess they'll never learn. Every time I break, there's just more pain to burn. They'll never, never, never learn. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. I'll never run. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. I'll never run.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? Today, we're going to talk about the horrific case of justice for Tevon Taylor Jr., a little baby boy born in a hospital and unalived, and how horrible this is. I want to say hi to everybody first. I want to say hi to Cool Gamer and BM and Gail and Crypto Plumber and Audria and Tree and Hillbilly 29 and Angel Loader and WR Music City Mom, Stitchies and Beaches, Brown Bear Jamboree, Hash Brown. Hang on just a second, y'all. I gotta do something. Just one second. I gotta on this just a second and give Hash Brown her wrench back. Where did she go? There she is. Hashi Brown. There we go. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to. Let's see who else we got here. I can't see anything. Shelly, hello. And Gail and Vicky and Jersey Tomato. You're welcome. Hash Brown, love you, honey. And D Lucky, welcome everybody that's coming in tonight. I do want to show you what has happened. You remember the other night, hey Abigail, how are you, sweetie? The other night when we were talking about a certain device that was used to decapitate. I'm gonna put a trigger warner out. Well, in this case, that didn't even happen. The doctor allegedly was so brutal with removing this baby. Well, I'll just go ahead and start reading it to you all. Hey, always late. Hey, Jack, how are you? I'm going to go ahead and read this to you, okay? And this is a statement about what happened in this situation. Now, imagine being pregnant for your first child and coming into a hospital thinking your baby's going to be okay and that you're going to bring a healthy baby boy home. Okay, so Clayton County Hospital, Riverdale, Georgia. Now, this is all alleged as of now. July 9th, 2023, 10 a.m., a newly parents Jessica Ross and her boyfriend Trevlon Taylor Sr. went to the emergency room at Southern Regional Medical Center in Riverdale after her water broke with her first child. At 8:40 p.m. later that night, Jessica was fully dilated and began to push. Their bundle of joy was on his way out, but he stopped when his shoulders got stuck in the vaginal canal. Dr. Tracy St. Julian came in, and instead of performing a C section, she proceeded in delivering the baby vaginal. The doctor pulled on his head and neck using excessive force to get him out, causing the bones in the newborn skull, face, and neck to break. At 11:50 p.m., 3 hours later, after tugging and pulling and manipulating the newborn's body, Dr. St. Julian calls for an emergency C-section. 3 hours later. 3 hours later. Are you serious? With shoulder dystocia. Wow. The doctor and the hospital staff did not tell the couple what happened to their son and refused to let her hold him after his death. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Instead, they were shown his body wrapped tightly in a blanket with his head propped up on top. Wow. The two didn't understand why they were being pressured not to get an autopsy and encouraged to cremate their son, and it wasn't until 4 days after his death they found out why. It's because the funeral home alerted authorities about the baby's head being decapitated and how the hospital failed to report his death to the medical examiner's office. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Dr. Tracy St. Julian was questioned and admitted to authorities and the family what happened, and based off that the parents filed a lawsuit and are being asked to compensate and punitive damage for more than $10,000. Condolences to the family, justice for Trevon. Okay, I think I seen another thing in there where they was talking about that was the one that they had. So, okay, you guys. Hey, Knights Token, how are you? Well, the thing of the matter is I think there should be, in my opinion, there should be charges against this doctor for brutally doing that to a baby's head, abuse of a corpse. Like, I think I would have got law enforcement involved. I absolutely do believe it. I would have got law enforcement. I would have called the police right then and there and got law enforcement involved. Thank you, Hash Brown, for posting my membership link. Hey, Audrey P. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Flip Flop. Hey, Gail. Third leading cause of death in America is doctors and their approved medical procedures. One can barely graduate, be very last bottom of the barrel, graduated, will still be called a doctor. Yes. Hey, Mr. T. Right. But the thing of the matter is they hid it. Not only did the doctors hide it, but the nurses also hid it. They would not let this woman hold her own baby. Can you believe this? Their outrage. I mean, it is the nurses had to witness this. Hey, Dee. I mean, yes, I think there should be like criminal charges against this. Let me bring this back up. I didn't even bring it up. I'm sorry. When I read it, I didn't even bring it up. Now, this is the mother and the father to this sweet baby. She was excited to have her child, y'all. And this doctor in negligence, in my opinion, and the nurse's negligence as well, should be charged. And yeah, they didn't even report the baby to the state medical examiner. This woman, after 3 hours of shoulder dystocia, that, oh my God. Did the nurses not say anything to this doctor doing this to this baby? You know, the nurses has a right to step to the phone and call a nurse supervisor and say, hey, this doctor, it's been 20 minutes and this baby is not out. They need to call a C-section. Why in the world would they let a doctor tug and pull on a baby's head for 3 hours without calling a C-section? And then hiding it from the parents and not letting them hold their baby because it had its head off, it was decapitated. I mean, there should be criminal charges. I'm sorry, but that is neglect. That is abuse of a corpse. You name it. It's in all different. It's just outrage, you all. And I hope these parents get some kind of justice for that poor little precious baby boy. Could you imagine them not be? I mean, that is their God given right to hold their child after, whether it's alive or dead. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is just horrible. I'm going to see if I can't find any more information on this. Hey, Kiki E Man, how are you? Because oh, this baby needs justice. These parents needs justice. That they need to be charged with a. Let me tell you something. When I worked at a hospital, I was told that at another hospital that a patient had a bleeding nose, and the doctor, or and it was a nurse. Yeah, it was a nurse. The nurse wanted to pack the nose, the bleeding nose, with gauze, and um, the patient said no, I don't want it packed. And the nurse supervisor told the other nurse to go ahead and do it anyway. Well, they forced a packing in that patient's nose. That patient stepped to the phone and proceeded to call 911 and got that nurse for assault and battery because that patient had said no, and the nurse proceeded to do it anyway. So, yeah, you can charge these suckers for this. You can literally pick up the phone and charge these people for assault. They can't get they cannot. Let me see if I can find that. Doctor decapitated baby. Hang on. That's the problem. People don't know their rights. Georgia doctor decapitates baby during delivery. Wow. I can't show NBC News because they've struck me before. So let's go back and see if we can find another one. Okay, Georgia mother allegedly. Here we go. This is horrible, you all. This poor mother. I mean, you know she loved her baby. Let's see if we can find anything else like on this. I know they have a picture of the mom here. The same mother. I was hoping to find a video of it. But we will bring this up. Hang on just a second, y'all. But yes, because this nurse went ahead and packed the person's nose without their permission, Well, the article I read, the doctor, she used extreme force. To me, she knew what she was doing. Exactly. Exactly. And for this mother to lose her baby in such a horrific way, what did this doctor do? 3 hours, y'all. 3 hours. If you have a baby and with shoulder dystocia, huh, you need to get that baby out ASAP. You don't need to wait 3 hours before you go and tug and pull to where the baby's little head completely falls off. The face, the neck, and the skull was broken. There was more than just extreme force, in my opinion, to this baby's head. And this parents need to file, ex- I think there needs to be criminal charges. Listen, I'm a healthcare worker, but I also see I've seen BS behind the backgrounds that shouldn't happen, and the nurses need to step up on this one. Georgia mother who alleges baby was decapitated during delivery files lawsuit. She needs to call the law. It says here the mother who alleges her baby was decapitated during delivery at a Georgia hospital last month filed a lawsuit Wednesday against the hospital and other involved in the delivery, according to the legal filings. The complaint filed in Georgia Clayton County alleges the Southern Regional Medical Center attempt to conceal the manner of death of the baby from the family, including the mother, 20-year-old Jessica Ross, and her boyfriend Trevon Isaiah Taylor Sr. The medical center in Riverdale, some 13 miles south downtown Atlanta, the baby, who was named after his father, was delivered at full term, according to the family attorney. The county medical examiner's office has not released the cause of the baby's death. The office still is working to complete the baby's autopsy. The office director, Brian Briers, told CNN. According to the lawsuit, Ross went into labor on the 9th, and her doctor attempted to deliver the baby vaginal using different methods, including applying traction to the baby's head. Oh my God. During the attempt delivery, the baby did not properly descend due to the shoulder dystocia, a condition in which the baby's shoulders are stuck in the vaginal canal. The lawsuit says the physician failed to practice according to medical standards. The complaint says the doctor grossly and negligently applied excessive traction on the head and neck of the baby and failed to do a C section in a timely and proper manner, resulting in Trevon Isaiah Taylor Jr.'s decapitation and death. In a statement by CNN on Wednesday afternoon, Southern Regional Medical Center said it denies the allegations in the complaint referring to the hospital. According to the statement from the family spokesman, when Ross and Taylor demanded to see and hold their baby, hospital staff told them they were not allowed to touch or hold their child. Oh my God. That's what makes me mad. Hospital staff allowed the young couple to only view their dead child. In the statement from the family spokesman reads, during this viewing, the baby was wrapped tightly in a blanket with his head propped on top of his body in a manner such that those viewing him could not identify that he had been decapitated, according to the statement. On Thursday, the Clayton County Medical Center told CNN, in a statement that his office is calling on state officials to investigate the incident. Byers said his office has contacted the Georgia Com- Composite Medical Board and requested that they all hold an investigation. Three doctors' roles in this incident. I assume that because usually when you call in a C-section, a pediatrician has to be on site during a C-section, especially with shoulder dystocia. Actually, I think it is the pediatrician that pronounces death. He added the office in the proceedings to of notifying the Georgia Security of State Office Board of Nursing as well. Yes, the nurses need to be held responsible and will request that they also investigate the nurse and staff's role in this incident. Yes, the Southern Regional Medical Center said it was unable to discuss the care and treatment of specific patients due to the patient's privacy law and health insurance portability and accountability HIPAA. Our heartfelt thoughts and prayers are with the family and those impacted by this tragic event. The medical center statement reads, our prayers also remain with the dedicated team of physicians, nurses, and staff at Southern Regional Medical Center who cared for this patient. Doesn't sound like they cared too much about her because the nurses should have stood up and said something. And it just goes on to tell about the rest. But in my opinion, the nurses should have stood up and said, hey, wait a minute here. Miss Daisy, not excusing, but shoulder dystocia cannot be predicted until baby is birth canal. At that time, appropriate medical procedures. They waited 3 hours, Angel P. And yes, it can be determined by ultrasounds and measuring the pelvic area. If the baby was too big for the pelvic, the doctor should have known that. 3 hours of trying to get a baby out? Absolutely not, Angel. Absolutely not. That baby should have been, they should have took her to the ER immediately after they figured out that they could not get this baby out of her. That baby should have been a C-section from the beginning. There is enough technology that they can tell whether or not this baby is too big to go through that birth canal. That birth canal. They're from Georgia. Shoulder dystocia can be avoided. Absolutely can be avoided. Wood screw maneuver for delivery of posterior arm C-section can be life-threatening. Listen, if a baby is too big to come out, you do not wait. Whose that? Oh. You do not wait 3 hours to try to get that baby out of the birth canal. A C-section should have immediately been done. She broke the baby's neck. She not only broke the baby's neck, but she decapitated the baby. So that's horrible. And then they hid it. They hid it and didn't report it to the medical staff, which is even worse, in my opinion. Let's see. I don't know where the doctor is from. Well, she worked in Georgia. I know that. But I'm telling you guys, she pulled the baby's head off. Yeah. She fractured the baby's head, the baby's, what was it, neck, the skull. Yeah. She used some excessive force to try to get that baby out. And hey, Sun King, how are you? And yeah, there needs to be justice. Absolutely needs to be justice for this little baby. And it was neglect on all parts. They should have called the police. They should be criminal charges for them trying to conceal this. I know, Vanessa. Now I have heard of them having to, you know, decapitate babies before, but not to, they literally had to do it back in the old days. But the technology now is too good for this to something like this to happen. If they did nothing wrong, then why in the heck did they hide it? This makes me sick. Prayers for that mommy. Exactly. I mean, it makes me mad that the nurses and the medical staff, because you're not only got nurses there, you've got surgical techs, you've got pediatricians, you have OB techs, you have a whole slew full of staff that could have opened their mouth and said something, but chose not to do it. Yes, it is. Well, well, worse after listening to this, to be honest. I know. Lock up any who were involved in the acts and covering up. Exactly, you all. This mother and father was led to believe their baby was just stillborn. She went into that hospital with a living child, a living child, thinking that she was going to come out with a healthy baby boy. And she came out, couldn't even hold her own baby because they lied and concealed it. That's the one thing that makes it the worst is that they lied and concealed it, y'all. That's what infuriates me as a former OB nurse. It totally and thoroughly makes me so mad, and I feel so bad for them. I wish there was some way I could reach out and contact them. I think here is some more pictures of them. Couple sues doctors after newborn. Hang on, let me visit this site and bring it up. Try to show y'all some more pictures of these poor people. The outrage should be more. The outrage should be more than what it is. This is a precious little baby boy that's life was taken too soon. Let me see if I can pull this up. Hang on. See if they show. They probably didn't even get to take pictures of this little precious baby.
For children. A young Clayton County mother and father have sued their OBGYN and Southern Regional Hospital after they claim the doctor's negligence led to their baby being decapitated during childbirth.
In the wrongful death lawsuit filed in Clayton County this morning, the couple claims the hospital covered up their baby's death. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us from Southern Regional Hospital in Riverdale, where that death happened.
Good evening. What a sad and horrendous story. I have learned today that the Clayton County Police Department is investigating this baby death. And as for the parents, well, they're just too distraught to talk about it.
This is one of the most sad, egregious, and horrific situations that I've ever seen.
20-year-old Jessica Ross and her boyfriend, Travion Taylor Sr., have an unimaginable story. Their attorney says the young couple was full of joy and anticipation for their first child. They came here to Southern Regional Medical Center for the delivery July 9th. According to the complaint, doctors had diagnosed Ms. Ross with diabetes a year earlier, making her a high-risk pregnancy, but she consistently went to appointments while she was expecting. The couple's attorney says after about 10 hours of labor, Jessica was fully dilated and ready for delivery of Travion Jr. But according to the complaint, they say his shoulders got stuck in the vaginal canal.
What wound up happening after that is just brutal. Dr. St. Julian came in and she, in the process of trying to deliver this baby, pulled on the baby's head and neck so hard and manipulated them so hard that the bones in the baby's skull, face, and neck were broken.
According to the complaint, that is when Dr. St. Julian called for an emergency C-section.
When the womb was open, the feet came out, the body came out, and there was no head. The head was stuck in the vagina.
The couple's attorneys allege nurses and medical staff at the hospital lied to the couple about what happened, discouraged them from getting an autopsy, tried to encourage them to cremate the child, and failed to report the death to the medical examiner.
They also did not report the death to the authorities of Clayton County or the Clayton County medical examiner. This report was made by a funeral home. And after their funeral home waved the flag and alerted the authorities regarding this, it wasn't until then when Dr. St. Julian told the family what actually happened.
Now, we reached out to Dr. St. Julian, but she declined to comment. We did hear from the hospital, however. Their statement reads, while our heartfelt sympathies go out to the family, Southern Regional Medical Center denies the allegations in the complaint referencing the hospital. Since this matter is in litigation, we are refrained from providing any additional information. Dr. St. Julian is not an employee of the hospital. The hospital has taken the appropriate steps in response to this unfortunate situation. We're live in Clayton County. Angelique Proctor.
They are not going to get out of it. They are not going to get out of it. They might try to get out of it, but they are absolutely, look how pretty she is. They are absolutely not going to get away with it. Yeah, it was their first baby. Yeah, after 3 hours of pulling and tugging on that baby, 3 hours. It makes me upset. I would love to reach out to them and try to get them some help, but I have a feeling that they're going to be rich after this, but their poor little baby is gone. I just wish there was some other way that they could press charges against the medical staff, because the doctor might not have been employed by them, which I don't see how he could deliver a baby there and not be employed. Hospitals sacrifice their first child. Do Satanists run these now? I don't know. I'll tell you this much, though. This is the most horrific hospital story I've ever heard. Right? I mean, I've heard of them having to do that before, um, but not like this. Like they had to be in back in the older days where before C-sections were prominent, they did it. But now, like they should have been able to tell that she was pre-diabetic. This baby was going to be a big baby, and as soon as they seen that that baby was not going to budge with shoulder dystocia, that they should have tried to attempt to do a C-section then instead of trying to pull on that baby and get that baby out. Even if they would have had to broke a shoulder blade to get the baby out. And my nephew had that happen. He was stuck in the birth canal, and that was back in the early 80s, and they had to break his shoulder bone to get him out alive. I mean, you don't pull on a head like that. A little baby, precious baby is delicate, and any common sense would tell you that it would definitely break the baby's neck. Not that the amount of money will make up for the loss of their baby, but I still hope they file a lawsuit. Yes, I do too, and I hope there's criminal charges brought up, or at least some license being taken, especially the nurse that was there with them. Nurses that witnessed that and did not say anything about it. Miss Daisy, this lady could go into deep depression because of what they have done to her, especially it being her first baby. Exactly. And trauma too, because the funeral home called them in. Hey Nora Woods, how are you? The funeral home called them in to view the baby. They hadn't seen their baby's head being decapitated. So yeah. Yeah, I do want to say that anybody joining me today, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. If you've not become a member, there's membership things. Also, if you don't care to go on over to Daisy's Farm channel and like and subscribe there, that would be much obliged. That helps my channel grow. Diversity hires not for their intelligence. I don't know, but I'll tell you what. Healthcare is suffering, and so many patients because of it. Yes, the thing of the matter is that the travel nursing has went through the roof, and I'm not going to ditch travel nursing, but I will tell you, as a nurse that works in a community with travel nurses, they don't care about the community like the community nurses do. Like the community nurses, they really care about their people. Like they just know their people, and their people are special, where travel nurses are traveling from other places and they're not as bonded with the people. How did they decapitate the baby? With what? They said she was using traction, but I think she literally pulled the baby. I don't know. I don't know, Tracy, but the way it sounds, she literally pulled it. When she pulled it out of the birth canal, with the head stuck. I guess, I don't know. I don't know, Tracy. It's just sad all the way around. And it could have been avoided. They could have measured this lady and seen that this baby was going to be too big to be born. Maybe the doctor wasn't too familiar with delivering big babies. I don't know how experienced this doctor was. No, the baby wasn't breech. They pulled the baby through a C-section out. The legs, everything but the head come out during the C-section, and this head was stuck in the vaginal area. So when they pulled the baby out by a C-section, I guess they pulled out, ugh, 3 hours. 3 hours later with shoulder dystocia. Horrible, you guys. Horrible, horrible. Family has every right to sue not only those doctors but the hospital. I know, and I hope that they get their butt sued, and I hope that doctor's license, I hope she has to go through some special training to be able to keep her license, and the nurses as well. And I don't wish that on medical staff at all because I know they have a hard job. But the fact of the matter is, hospitals are putting more and more on doctors. Doctors are taking more and more patients than they should. Hospitals don't want to pay nurses, so they cut staff, and the nurses end up having to do everything and try to take care of the patient as well. And they even have to do the clerking. Literally, the night I got hurt, we luckily had a clerk there, but we didn't have a CNA. We just had a clerk. But some nights we wouldn't even have a clerk. We had to take on the patients, do the clerk work, which is the secretary job, put in the orders and put the charts together, and take care of the patients and give the medication and call the doctors. And the hospitals literally don't care anymore. They will put like 7, 8. I know some hospitals put 11 patients on one nurse. One nurse, when 5 is the limit. I think 5 is the right amount for a nurse. And sometimes that can be too much as well when you're doing everything like medications and everything else. It absolutely is. So, yeah, hospitals are getting more and more greedy, and therefore healthcare is declining because it's not about the patients anymore. It's about the money. Say it how it is. They ripped the baby's head off his body and broke the body's skull to take a lot of force. That's right, they do, Esther. They do. Poor little mama. This was her first baby. She will be mentally messed up for life. Yep. Yeah. And the baby was even named after the father. She gave the baby the father's name. I certainly would be for life. Yeah. Plus, nursing staff was probably traumatized. But for the nurses to try to cover it up, that's horrible. That's negligence on their part by trying to cover it up. There is no doctor in this world that I would cover up that shit with. No way, how, or form would I cover that up. No way. Everyone involved should have charges brought. Exactly. Hang on, Kiki. Should have charges brought against them, and the doctor should have her license taken away, and those nurses should have their license taken away, in my opinion. Mine too. I absolutely agree that the doctor should be charged with abuse of a corpse. Parents as well, nurses as well. Just there should be more charges than just the lawsuit, in my opinion. The mother had my sister. My mother had my sister breech, and she about hemorrhaged to death. But luckily, my grandmother was there and helped her go back to the hospital. Oh, that's so scary, Vanessa. Hey, Bobo, how are you? Dr. Drink a Lot. Boston Beauty by KK said two of our hospitals got shut down due to fire and floods. We have one hospital operating all uh, all the district. The hospitals is so packed that you have to wait a day or two in the emergency area. Oh, that's horrible, Boston Beauty. That is awful, awful, awful. And it's getting like that more and more. At one time, babies were born at home. Exactly. I mean, there is no sense for a doctor to use that kind of force, excessive force, to do such a thing to an unborn baby. And then for them to conceal it and hide it and not let the mother hold her own child, it's crazy. I had one RN the entire floor. She had 51 patients. Did she have an LPN with her? Was she giving you all the meds and everything? See, that's dangerous, Crooked Arrow. That in every way is dangerous if she didn't have any other help. Okay, so she did have LPNs. See, now that's different. LPNs and techs. Okay. Well, that's different because an LPN can do just about as much as what an RN can do. So that's a good thing. But that's still dangerous for one RN because she's managing everything. Mine gave us more than 11 on Memorial Day. No LPN CNA. That's why I quit. Yeah, Kilbister, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, too much. Too much. It gets dangerous. It gets too dangerous. And they're expecting nurses to do more and more. They don't want to put forth the money to pay the nurses. It's ridiculous. All the hospitals are doing it. Not just one, they're all doing it. My father-in-law went to the ER and they told him that they were going to have to do an emergency gallbladder surgery on him. And he said, "No, you are not because I don't have one." So he didn't have a gallbladder? I wonder if he had stones in his bile duct. You saw liability coming? Yeah? Yeah. We have to take care of ourselves, Kilbister. Nurses have to protect themselves, and we got to stand up for the patient. If that means going against the doctors, then you have to go against the doctors. And that's one thing I have done before. I've had to go against doctors and just tell them. I've just had to tell them, look, this is what it is. We are the advocates for our patients. Oh my God, they can't even locate a gallbladder or lack one of. Yeah, before you let anybody cut on you, you better get to know the surgical staff, and you better get to know your surgeon. Daisy, please look up where Louisiana hospital security is throwing patients on the ground and leaving them. Oh my God. Are you serious, Great Eyes? Well, did you see what happened to that one lady? The one that died in the police car because the hospital discharged her, wouldn't take care of her. And she had something going on with her. It was so sad. My mother was an LNP, and she could even do what an RN could do. So finally, she went back to school to get her RN. Yes, an LPN can do pretty much what an RN can do. They just don't get paid what an RN gets paid. There's just very. I gave blood as an LPN. When I was an LPN, I gave blood and everything. Um, but here's my membership link if anybody wants to become a member. Louisville, Kentucky Hospital. Uh, hey, Christy Kids, how are you? Hey, Angel. Hey, Stardust. Yeah, it's just horrible that this happened to these people, these young couple that had dreams about their beautiful baby boy, um, that was going to be born and bring life into it. Oh, thank you, Christy. Thank you for becoming a member of the Critters Crime family. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you for that. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Always Late said, thank you, Christy. Hi, Miss Daisy in chat. Hello, Miss Christy. My daughter had her tonsils, anoids removed when she was 4 and ended up being admitted back into the hospital due to dehydration. We couldn't get her to swallow anything. The doctor continues below. I guess she's typing more. The doctor left instructions to not only give her medicine IV intravenously. And so what happened? I'm confused. Always Late. I'm confused. Did they doctors take on a lot of these doctors get a little bit greedy and they take on more patients than what they should. They get overwhelmed, they get mixed up on patients, they write the wrong orders, and that's where the nurse is supposed to step in and catch this stuff and recheck the orders and stuff. Oh, thank you, Hillbilly29. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you. God bless you. Oh, thank you, Shirley. Thank you for becoming a member of the Critters Crime family, Shirley Winters. Thank you, Hillbilly29. Thank you, Shelly. I said Shirley. Shelly Winters. Thank you. Let's see who else we got up here. And thank you, Christy Kitts, for becoming a member for 2 months. Thank you so much, and God bless you for that. And Auntie Sherry, I want to say thank you for the other night when I was asleep. You gave me a cash, or not a cash app, but a super chat, a $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Auntie Sherry. I appreciate you so much. Thank you guys for joining our membership and becoming a member of the Critics Crime family. I went to the restroom and came back, and the nurse was on my baby trying to force the pills in her throat. OMG, are you kidding me? Always Late. I bet you got her, didn't you? Ooh. Just totally horrific. I'm like you. I wished I could reach out to her. I know I'm so sad for this mother. Always Late. Oh, I bet you got her, honey. I bet you got that nurse, didn't you? She said, I grabbed that nurse and slammed him it's a male, against the wall. I wished I would have sued the shit out of them. Exactly. See, you got to watch these people. They don't care. Look at the way they were treating Auntie Sherry the other night. Daisy singer Tom Jones passed away yesterday. Oh, I hate that. I'm not familiar with him, but Gail, no, it was a different Jones. Tom Jones, the playwright. Oh, okay. But Auntie Sherry, we all seen how that nurse was treating Auntie Sherry. She was treating Auntie Sherry really, really bad that night. Really, really bad. So, yeah, you guys, if we don't stand up for this and stand up for what happened to this baby and bring awareness to this will hide under the rug and another child may become victim to carelessness and to recklessness and neglect and even abuse of a corpse, in my opinion. This was an abuse of a baby's corpse. No doubt whatsoever. This baby, oh, I don't know how I would feel if I was that mother. I wouldn't know what to say. Good, you want to come up, Sun King? You can come up if you want to. You or Auntie Sherry, either one. But it's just crazy, you guys. It's absolutely, positively crazy what these poor parents had to go through, losing their little precious baby boy. Tom Jones is not usual, huh? Hey, Sleep With. She most certainly was treating Sherry bad, and it was uncalled for. Yes, it was. Was this incident happened at the same hospital Auntie Sherry was at? I don't know. Was that the same hospital you was at, Auntie Sherry? Because it's close to Auntie Sherry. Hey, Rain Girl, how are you? I was horrible, and the police were making fun of her. Who are you talking about? The lady that died in the in the police car that the doctor discharged? Yes, Miss Daisy, it was horrible the way that nurse done Sherry. That was not professional, nor was it right. No, you don't treat little people like that, especially people that just had surgery and not feeling good. Oh yeah, I can understand that, Sun King. I think they knew they were in trouble, or I would have been arrested for assault. A mommy doesn't know. I think they should be arrested too. I really do. A mommy doesn't know her strength when it comes to someone hurting your baby. I beat the crap out of that nurse. I bet you did, always late. And I don't blame you. Mustang Mama said, Miss Daisy, is it true that if a person is not happy with a nurse assigned to them or loved ones, you can request another nurse? Yes, ma'am. You can fire that nurse. You have the right to request another nurse. And if your nurse supervisor does not want to do anything about it, report it. Ask to speak with the hospital administration. That'll do it. That'll do it fast. Ask to speak with hospital administration if the nurse supervisor does not want to take care of the situation. Because a lot of times nurse supervisors are buddies with them and they won't do anything. So that's why you ask to speak to hospital administration. And then if that don't work, you can call JACO, or you can call, there's several places you can call to report a state. Bo Evans said, when my brother was dying of cancer, all his nurses were not there to help him. Every one of them in their 30s just came in to say, I'm a nurse. Wow. I'm sorry. Part of being a nurse is to comfort the family and get them prepared, because a lot of people are not prepared to lose a loved one. So, yeah, people are very sick in their souls. What are the chances you will get real care now? Exactly. And then the good nurses, the bad nurses are always running the good nurses off. The bad nurses are taking over. They don't want to take care of their patients, and they're putting all the work on the good nurses. Tom Jones is not dead. I have no idea who Tom Jones is, to be honest with you. Well, the nurse in Nashville was trying to send my boy home after the heart surgery with a femoral blood clot. His leg was literally black. I think I threatened to toss her out of the room. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that, Sun King. I remember that very, very well, actually. Auntie Sherry,
Hey,
what's up?
hey, Miss Daisy.
Hey, Auntie Sherry, what you doing?
I'm doing fine. Just talking about this hospital business just makes me,
Isn't that horrible, Auntie Sherry?
yes,
Isn't that
ma'am. It makes
awful?
me so aggravated to think that somebody spent 3 hours. Three
Mm-hmm.
hours? Are you kidding me? Three
Yeah.
hours is a long time, guys. A long
Three
time.
hours trying to get this baby's head out
Uh-uh.
with
That was just,
shoulder
oh my
dystocia.
gosh. How traumatic was it for the baby? That's
Oh,
my perspective.
Auntie Sherry, she literally tore that baby's head off trying to get it.
I know that, Daisy. I've been reading about it. I
It's
understand all
horrible.
that. I'm not trying to put you down or anything, but I do
No,
keep
no, no.
abreast. I
I
keep
understand.
abreast of things that are going on in the news because I live in this world and I want to know what's going on.
Exactly. I don't blame you, Auntie Sherry. Hey,
But no,
Kim.
that nurse was bad, and I
Looking for
kept.
investigations right now for batching two different tonsils and android surgeries. And one girl died and a little boy died because they left the organs. Oh, not left his what? Hang on. AM said Children's Hospital in Knoxville is under investigation right now for botching two different tonsils and adenoid surgeries. And one little girl died, and a little boy died because they left his organs on the wrong side of his body. The tonsil surgery? Did they leave the tonsils in? What? I don't understand that. Wow, Children's Hospital did that? That's surprising because I heard Children's was good. The rest of the staff at Vanderbilt was amazing. She was the only problem. There's always that one bad nurse, ain't they, Auntie Sherry?
Well, she was overloaded. She had about 51. I think she told me 51 patients, and the rest were LPNs and techs. And she was on this floor by herself. And the as you went through the double doors to the left of our room, it was the neonatal unit.
Uh huh.
And so I don't know if she was
Was
having
that
to
the
work
same
with them
hospital this
too
baby died
or
at it?
whatever, but she thought what I had was just routine and that's okay. We'll do this, we'll do that.
Right.
But she didn't have to threaten to knock me out of the bed now. I
No,
mean,
she sure
really,
did. You could
that's
have
why I kept the
totally.
live open, Daisy. That's the reason I kept the live open because you guys
Yeah,
could hear what was going
what was
on.
she saying?
That's
KM said the
exactly
little
why I did
boy
it.
a surgery for remove a
I didn't want to
tumor,
stay up all night.
and
I
they
just
left
didn't want to be
everything
abused.
abdominal on the wrong side of his body. Oh my goodness, that's scary,
I was
KM.
abused. I was neglected. I had to pee
Yes,
in
you
a
was,
poop
Auntie
bag.
Sherry, and you should have reported her. You should have. Was it the same hospital, Southern Regional Hospital in Clayton County, Riverdale, Georgia? I have been
No,
in
no.
numerous
I live
times.
north of Atlanta.
That is the same hospital that they did this to this
Not
baby,
the same hospital as I was in.
but it wasn't the same one Auntie Sherry was in. Wow, Auntie Sherry, I'm mad about that.
They're
I
hurting.
wish I would have been there. I would
They're
have.
hurting, Miss Daisy. They're really hurting. And
What do
so
you
are
mean?
schools. Schools can't find enough teachers now. If I
Oh,
were able to, I would love to go back, even at my age.
oh, I know it'd be awesome, Auntie Sherry. You would have a lot to give. Maybe I'll just deal with this too. Hate going
I
to the
can't
hospital.
go back ever.
My brother's nurses. I'm a nurse. My brother's nurses.
I'm deemed by the state of
And
Georgia to be
um,
catastrophically
do the nurse
disabled.
shit.
I could never work in my life because I'm
Hey,
permanently
Mother.
disabled. It will never
I know,
happen.
Auntie Sherry, but I wish there was a way that you could. I know you loved it and enjoyed it so much.
I tried, Daisy.
I
I
know.
really tried. I went a year after the bus accident, after I had the surgery and everything. I went back a year. I couldn't make it. I made it till December, and then I
Yeah,
just fell on the floor. I just dropped. It's like a
Auntie
sack of
Sherry.
potatoes on the floor.
I know.
I tried.
Nobody can
I tried to go
realize.
back. It didn't work. But I did go back to see my babies graduate and go to middle school.
Well, that's good, Auntie Sherry.
They were so sweet, precious things.
Oh,
I just loved them all so much. I don't care. The worse they were, the better I liked them.
right. Well, yeah, the little ornery ones like you, Auntie Sherry.
Yeah, like me.
The little ornery ones.
I'm not ornery.
You're ornery, Auntie
I was
Sherry.
a little active and lively. My teachers wrote on the
Yeah,
back of my report card, Sherry is active and lively.
Auntie Sherry. No, I didn't like the way that nurse treated you, Auntie. Oh,
She was that's why I kept the live on,
I
Daisy.
can't believe she done it. And I'm like, you was
That's why I would
lying.
not hang up.
Hey, Miss
That's why I
Thing.
didn't
Hey,
want to go. That's why I said just wait till the shift changes, Miss Daisy. Just wait till the shift changes. I kept begging y'all not to leave me because she'd already said some pretty nasty things to me, and I'm a nice person. I would
I could
never
tell
do
you were
anything to
upset,
her.
Auntie Sherry. I could tell you was.
I felt sorry for her.
And
She had such a hard workload, a
it don't
heavy
matter.
workload.
It don't matter how much work you got. You don't treat people like that. You stand up and tell the assholes that put the work on you.
Well, I could have reported her to the administrative office, but I didn't.
I know. The problem is, who's she gonna do like that again?
Well, she already does it all the time, I'm sure.
Yes, she is.
But that's
Yes, she
just her
is.
personality. That's just her personality. She's gruff and she's
The
rough.
girls were
She
the
looks like a.
boy.
I don't have anything against bikers, so don't attack me about bikers because I love bikers.
Boy
I'd
was
go to bikers before I'd go to somebody else for help. Really. But
wow.
she looked like a biker woman without a bike.
Yeah, I could tell. I could tell that she was.
And she looked like something else too. It rhymes with bike.
Sherry. Oh my God.
I didn't say what. You can't condemn me for saying anything.
No,
I said it rhymes with bike. That's all.
But yeah, it's a shame. I'm telling you. I mean, we got to be our own advocates in the hospital. I'm telling you because they're just loads of stuff, and look what happened with it. I mean, I was just talking about this the other day, and people was like, "No, that don't happen." It happens, y'all. It
Look,
happens nowadays.
if you're going, if you're going to have, excuse me, if you're going to have major surgery,
Yeah.
have a friend or a relative stay with you. You will
Yeah.
get better care. I've tried it both ways.
It's scary.
Usually, I don't want my relatives or people to
I
stay
know
because
that night you need
I feel
somebody
like
with
I'm in the
you.
hospital. Somebody's going to take care of me. But at that night, I
You
was a
need
little bit
somebody
frightened.
with you, Auntie
If you
Sherry.
want to know what my anxiety was, Daisy, my anxiety was caused from her.
I know. I could tell, Auntie. I
Because
could
I kept
so
saying
tell.
over and over, I think I said it 4 times, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to get in big trouble. I'm going to get in trouble. I was trying to tell you that this woman was not being nice to me.
I could tell, Auntie Sherry.
Well, I
I
kept
could tell.
repeating it. I hope somebody caught on.
So I really could. Hey, morning, Glory. I'm a bad patient and I know it, but I cannot handle pain.
I'm not a bad
Me
patient.
neither.
I'm a good patient. I didn't want to
Hey,
bother her.
GTA, how are you? Hey, Fun to Cheese
Because she'd
Man.
come in there and scream at me about something.
I know. She was being the devil to you, Auntie Sherry.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. She had a heavy
No,
workload,
it's not
just like I
okay,
tell you.
though, Auntie Sherry.
She had a heavy workload.
That's not an
But
excuse.
still, she shouldn't have treated me that way because I was being very kind and sweet to her.
I know,
And she
Auntie.
just turned on me like a cobra.
I know. It's a shame.
Well, that just happens, Miss Daisy. And you are exactly correct. And I've been telling people this for 10 years. You are in charge of your health care.
You have to be.
You are in charge of your health
Yes.
care. You
You
need
have
to tell
to
your
say
doctor
those. If you
everything
say
you
something,
do, what you don't
and your
do, what you
children.
need to do, everything. But
Yeah.
you have to pretty much tell them what you need. I go
Yeah.
to my doctor and say, well, I need to prescribe this. He'll say, why? I give him a good reason, and he prescribes it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, never
But
say
I've
that.
been with him for a long time.
Right.
And by the way,
I truly
before I had
believe.
this doctor, Miss Daisy, I
Uh-huh.
had a Jewish doctor for 30 years.
Well, that's
I
awesome.
went to his son's bar mitzvahs. We were that close. And for
That's good,
anybody to
Auntie
even
Sherry.
accuse me to be against the Jews is out of their minds.
Oh, we
But,
know better.
well, when I learned about Hitler it was about 69. I went
Yeah.
back and started looking at stuff.
Hmm.
And I was about 13 then, maybe 14.
Mhm.
Anyway, the things that I learned back then might not be true today because DNA wasn't around. So I
Right.
don't want to be attacked for something that I think is correct, but if his mother was Jewish in any way, then he is. But I don't,
Yeah.
he was. whatever.
Oh, well,
I don't want to get into that. That's old
yeah,
history
Auntie
and whatever.
Sherry.
But don't
Yeah,
attack me over something that's really not. It's not even significant to your
yeah.
channel. Your channel's about Summer Moon, Utah Wells. What the hell are you attacking Cherry for?
Well,
Really?
the thing is,
Really?
well, the thing is, I had to go today and do what I don't want to do as a creator because I'm getting tired, more and more tired of the drama, and more tired of people using my content to attack me and to come after me. So, yeah, I had to.
It's hard.
Mom went to the
I'm not
hospital
even a creator and
with
I
a
get
maggot
attacked all the
filled
time.
wound on her knee
I'm
and
not even a creator.
the wrong leg.
I'm a
Oh my
familiar
God,
face.
Angel,
I'm a
are
familiar
you
face. That's
serious?
all I am. A familiar face.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible, Angel. What, Auntie Sherry?
What?
Hey, shit shaker. Yeah, I had to. I had to do what most YouTubers don't want to do. I'm not going to say it, but I broke down and defended myself today. I've had enough of.
So did I. I
Did
typed
you?
a thing in chat, the comment section. I'm not going to let that woman accuse me of being a hater of Jews, anti
No,
Semitic.
no, no. You ain't.
No.
That
She
was a
is crazy
total
as hell.
misunderstanding.
I
There was
wear.
a misunderstanding. Well, in a way, what did you have to do, Daisy? Well,
Excuse
I'm not allowed to talk about doing what I did today, but it's what creators do when people
me. Look,
uses their content to um,
I wear
uses
a necklace
content to attack them and twist
with a
things
Star of David and an empty cross on it.
and stuff.
Just what I told her. I have been to
I had to
Dachau,
go
where I have been to Dachau, one of
do
the
the juice
biggest
shop.
prisons and crematoriums. I have been there.
Your
I've
own
I've been to
card,
East
Chris.
and West Berlin. I've been.
It's
Don't
almost
go around
scary to go
talking
to the
about
hospital
stuff you don't
nowadays.
know.
It's almost scary to go to the hospital. I
Shoot.
went in to have an MRI done. They
I'd
made
rather go to the
me
hospital
to
than to go to
have
prayer gardens.
an MRI because I'm claustrophobic. They intubated me, almost ripped my whole throat out. My throat was swelled up. I couldn't swallow or anything. My muscles were. I don't know what they did to me, but I should have sued them, but I didn't. But yeah, I just
Was that
got
during surgery?
my fridge is taking apart. I have to clean it so I won't be in chat, but I'm listening to you. Yeah, I gotta clean mine too, Debbie. That's a project. What, Auntie Sherry?
What's wrong with April P? Or, sorry,
Who?
Angel P.
I don't know.
Did she say something? And you said, I'm sorry, Angel?
Oh, Angel. She was talking about Angel Loader. She was talking about I think one of her family members went in with a wound on one leg, and instead of taking the leg off with that wound, they took the other leg off, the wrong leg. Could you imagine that?
No. They mark you.
They're supposed to check like three or
They're
four
supposed to
times.
mark which hand to work on or which foot to
Hey,
work
Marty
on.
Pipkins. I stay awake so late last night watching for you to get on last night. Oh, I wanted to get on last night, but it was just so much drama filled last night. I was on my Daisy Cow channel yesterday, and there was some drama over there. Drama that I did not want, but it came anyway. But I was on my Daisy Cow channel over there.
Let me guess.
Mm,
Let me guess.
what?
The person that stands by, the person that lights the fire and then stands back or runs away from it.
Who?
That's your, I'll give you a clue. Procter and Gamble.
No, no, no. Well, she did a little bit yesterday, but it was
She
Ziggy that.
trashed me and you didn't say a word.
Huh?
She trashed me and I wish you'd said something.
When did she trash you, Auntie?
Oh, about the Hitler thing. That's stuff that I
You
learned
mean
when I was a
in chat,
teenager. You know how
Auntie
long it's been
Sherry?
since I've been a teenager?
Hey, Sanya. Well, Auntie Sherry, I didn't even pay. What do you mean in in the chat? She trashed you? Is that what you're saying? That's why when I make doctor's appointments, I make sure that this on Friday because my husband don't work on Fridays, and he goes with me. Yeah. Well, I missed you not coming in last night. I waited for you to come on. I was on Jinkies, Miss V. I wasn't going to come on last night after Jinkies. Peter Gabriel. Marty Pimpkins. Same here. Have you seen us? She's talking about PG, Miss Daisy. And yes, Sherry was attacked. Auntie Sherry. Hey, Ladybug. How are you?
Places where they have been absolutely annihilated.
Who, Auntie Sherry?
The Jewish people. How in the world did she get that
Um,
screwed up that I don't like Jews? Really?
I don't know why,
My doctor for 30
Marty. Why
years was
you're
a
not getting
Jewish man and his wife
the
and their
notification?
kids. I taught their kids.
I know, Auntie Sherry. I don't know.
Really? I went to their bar
We know
mitzvahs.
that
I
you're not,
can't believe this.
Auntie Sherry. We know you're not like that. People know you. They know who you are.
Well, I don't like it anyway. Nonetheless,
I know. I know,
do you
Auntie.
like it? Do you like to be trashed? No. Who does?
No, Auntie Sherry, I don't. That's why I had to do what I had to do today.
Well, you
I
just
hope
go
you are doing good. Hey, Ladybug.
do
Um,
what you need to do, Daisy. I trust you.
for no. I'm talking about another creator. She passed
Oh,
away 6 months later. She struggled with having the original surgery and making the mistake. She gave up and passed away from a broken heart. Oh, Angel, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry about that, honey. God bless you. Look what the cat drug in today. Look what the cat drug in.
no. Tell me
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Sun King, come up. Brother in law. Come on up, my brother in law. We'll make Chicky laugh.
Come on up. I'm
He
up
said,
here, but I'm
look
a
at the
black
devil.
screen. But black screens matter.
Look here, Auntie Sherry, what the cat drug in.
Oh, no.
We're doing
What
very
you doing?
good.
Oh, no.
What you doing,
Chickies,
Big Mama?
whatever I get with you, we get in trouble.
Clean the house up. The damn house needed cleaning.
Oh,
When
peanuts in
you and I
here.
get together,
I don't
it's
care.
bad news. Better have bond money.
Where you going, Sherry?
Where am I
Hey,
going?
lady girl.
Guys, how's everybody?
I'll go where I want to go.
We
Do
have,
what I
we
want to
have
do.
part video.
That's what I do.
I
Actually, I
know,
don't go much of
Lady, I
anywhere.
know.
I go
Who's
to the
smoking?
kitchen. I
Jinkies, are
go to the
you
kitchen.
smoking?
I go to the deck to let Lola
That ain't me.
out.
I don't smoke.
Oh,
That's where I
that's Auntie
go.
Sherry.
Who do you think smokes?
Did you
Hey,
see this?
Bo. Hey, Debbie. Hey,
Say hi to
Sarah.
I love you, Jakey's. My
Jennifer.
little
Hey,
girl.
Gail.
Logan. Say
Hey,
hi to his buddy.
Zach.
I love
What
Miss
is
Daisy.
Hey,
Miss
Logan there, Big
Daisy,
Mama?
no, he's
you and
with
I love each other
Sunken.
so much that
Did
nobody could
you?
ever understand it.
He should
Hey,
be at school.
We don't always
hey,
agree
school
about
ain't started
everything
back
either,
yet.
but we love each
He's
other.
Oh,
with his
school.
We
daddy.
respect each other.
Oh, he's with Peanut?
Yeah. Hey,
Oh, I
Mama
thought he was.
B, Abigail.
Hey, Bo Evans. Auntie
New
Sherry's
York, sir. Woo. Pebbles. I'm tired, man. I
What have you
didn't think
been
I had some
doing?
live last night.
You what?
My live. I thought about going live again today, but damn, I've been
Well,
going on every night.
Jinkies, pimping ain't easy, honey.
Pimping ain't
Hey,
easy.
girl, thank you.
No, it might even make you
Oh
sweat.
yeah, I got some smaxy pictures that Jinky's got from her.com.
You
No,
better stop
we're not
backing
starting
up.
that crap again.
Want to
There's
see them,
enough trouble from
King?
other.
You
There's
better
enough trouble from other stations. We don't need to fight amongst ourselves.
BigB.com.
Sun King's already got a beautiful wife, girlfriend. He don't need to see what pictures of his wife.
His wife pages.
Them pictures are for Chillbilly. Oh,
No, they're for her husband, not for.
calling me.
Oh my word, Daisy, knock it off, you two.
What?
What? The first one that hollers
Hey,
what?
Chrissy.
My mom said, the guilty
Apparently,
dog barks
brothers aren't
first.
easy either.
What?
Hang on, y'all.
Good.
It's right. The guilty dog does bark first.
Y'all,
They're the first ones to yell out and blame it on somebody else. I didn't do it.
do what?
I didn't do it. It's not mine.
Who did
Officer,
what,
it's not
Auntie
mine.
Terry? Who did what?
I'm sorry, guys, but I had a really rough weekend. Really rough.
Why'd you have a rough weekend, Auntie Sherry?
I can't tell you. I can't tell you. It's a family matter, but let me just tell you, it was traumatic. Okay. I'll talk to you on the. I'll talk to you on the phone about it, but I won't talk to
Where
you
did
on
she
live.
go? Hang on.
What?
Look,
It's
look
personal.
there. Look what you're missing out on. Fun
Is that
King.
boobs? Is that boobs or
Stop.
what?
Look at what you're missing out on,
You
Fun
need to stop, Amy.
I've already said
I'm
that,
fine
Daisy.
again.
I've already said that. That's old
I
stuff.
think I ain't missing out on that.
Show me
Ain't nothing
something
wrong
new.
with
I've already
doing
seen
that.
that.
Bobo's in there. He might like it.
You better
Jinkies
quit.
just got out of the shower when I walked in the bathroom.
Hang
I
on, I
didn't
got
just
another.
walk in. I knocked on the door.
You gave them to me, Big Mama. It's your fault.
Yeah, but you don't have to bring
I
something
don't go
up.
in any closed door without knocking.
Hey, Sharon.
If the
Hey,
door's
always
closed,
say,
knock. Gorgeous.
you better
Absolutely
stop.
gorgeous.
I only gave you that picture of you on that Go Rider.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Ain't nothing I ain't already seen.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing bad. It's not a
That's
bad
my
day.
gorgeous little baby girl. Miss
Jinkies.
Daisy, knock it
Hello,
off.
Mr. Jinkies. What in the
Daisy, knock
world?
it
Bo
off.
Evans said. And Bo Evans said, "What in the world?"
Stop.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
He said, "Holy cow!"
Jinkies, don't worry a thing about it. You're a good looking woman. You know it, and don't worry about it. Daisy is a good
Sherry
looking
shows
woman.
hers
Y'all are
all the
both good
time.
looking women, but y'all don't realize it. There's something wrong with the both of y'all.
Who?
Both of you.
She gave them
Something
to
wrong
me.
with both of you. You call your hair chicken nugget.
Sherry. She put one
Jinkies,
up as her profile picture.
your hair ain't chicken
the
nugget.
Go
I
Rider.
told you it was tater tot.
That ain't my profile pic.
Who are they then?
That was just pics I
Are they
randomly took.
back again?
She took them for me to show.
I got drunk that day, and
Well,
I
I
just
ruled out one person. I ruled out one person that I had a suspicion about.
Who, Auntie Sherry?
I can't say that online.
Christy. Okay.
I hope you didn't think it was any of us, Auntie
Oh,
Sherry.
no. I thought it was a family member. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? That way I don't have to name the person or even give it any idea of who I thought it was. But I've ruled that out.
One king. Well, that's good, Auntie Sherry.
Yeah, but they might do something like that. That's how they are.
Oh, Sun King. I think he's
Well,
going.
they also know which channels I frequent.
Hey, God's girl, how are you?
They've been searching. They've been searching on YouTube, trying to find my pictures anywhere and
Who
click on it.
has? Who's been doing that, Auntie?
A family member.
Why does your family do that to you for, Auntie?
I do not know, Miss Daisy. I guess I'm the only sane one of the whole damn bunch.
Hmm.
And continue to be so.
Laura P. Hey, Laura P, how are you?
I'd like to get in the chat.
Somebody
I'd
from
like to get in the
Mexico?
chat, Miss Daisy,
I
because
thought it
I
was
enjoy the
Texas.
chat.
I thought it was somebody from Texas.
If you don't mind, may I get in chat?
If you
You
want
guys
to,
have
Auntie
yours,
Sherry.
Sherry.
Okay, because I love chat. I really do.
Well,
You're not
why?
mine too, Sherry.
Because I can't see anybody's. I can't see anybody's responses. I can't see
My
anything when I'm
pool.
up
What
here
about my
being
pool,
a
King?
black screen.
I know who was your back chat growling on your panel. Who was it, Maya? Mama Maya? Who was it?
Baby, it's baby or mama.
May? Who
Mama
was
Mia.
it? My pool, Sun King, what do you mean? Oh, that sounded just like him, Auntie Sherry. Just like him.
I'm
No joke.
sorry, I couldn't resist. I
God, that
couldn't
sounds
resist.
just like him, Auntie Sherry.
I can't resist.
Uh, Auntie Sherry, it's kind of scary though. That
What?
sound, that's scary, Auntie.
Well, I can be scary if I want to, but I'm not usually scary. I just look. I'm kind of like, okay. I took drama in high school. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not a drama queen, but I just used to do oral interpretation. Okay, so I had to memorize a poem and act it out as I was speaking it.
Yeah.
And so, uh, anyway, they ran out of courses
Who
for
is
me in
the
high
back
school,
chat?
so they just started assigning me to whatever.
Was it Vestiges? I think it's Vestiges.
I think it's best to this.
The back chat. I really do. I think it's Vestiges, the back chat.
Oh, I'll never forget. I'll never forget what I had to read in Macon, Georgia.
Yeah.
Uh, it was called The Fear by Robert Frost. It's a conversation between a husband and a wife as they arrive home and they realize the lights are on
I,
or there's a
yeah.
lantern on.
Peter,
Back.
And
the
it's kind of
Tracy.
spooky, scary,
I
and you
did.
have to change voices.
Well, who was it, Maya Maya? If you traced it,
You have to
do
change
you know
voices.
who it
Be the
is? Who
woman's
was
voice,
it?
the man's voice, and
Can you give us a hint of
the
who it
horse
is?
is witty and everything.
No, are they here again? Maya Maya, can you give us a hint of who it is, or come up here and put it in our back chat who you think it is? Because the
Come
other
on up.
in Texas.
Come on up. Rawr.
Y'all, Sun King is my brother-in-law, so he's good in here.
Okay.
Until tomorrow.
I'll be nice. I'll
Until
be a
tomorrow. What do
cougar.
you mean tomorrow?
I'll be a cougar.
We got
It
court
was in
tomorrow.
Texas? Where is it? Where is it? Mama Maya, where is it? What is y'all's divorce final tomorrow, Big Mama?
No, we set up the date for the final.
Oh,
In the South, as they say. We have a Bible in one
in
hand
fact,
and a gun
Sun
in the
King,
other.
hang on a minute. Huh?
I said, in the South, we say we have a Bible in one hand and a
Uh-huh.
gun in the other.
Yeah, there we go.
We don't mess around. Not when it comes down to
Oh,
serious stuff. We do not mess around.
yeah. Uh, Maya, if you know who it is, can you tell us or give us a hint? Was it Vestiges?
Send it to Miss Daisy's email. Send it to Daisy's email, please.
Miss Daisy, she said I want from Texas. It wasn't from Texas. Why say you know and then not tell? Why bring it up at all? Exactly. Hey, Bootsy.
I'm not bringing up anything. I'm just responding.
Mm-hmm. Sun King, I just gave you a ranch.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Miss Daisy.
Oh, I'm bleeding.
I don't even have a damn wrench, Solar Emperor.
Jinkies, if I told you it would hurt your feelings.
I've asked for a
No,
wrench. I've asked for a wrench. I've asked for a
you gotta
screwdriver.
tell
She
her.
won't give me a
It don't matter
screwdriver. She
if it's
won't give me anything.
or not.
I'm
You have
neglected.
because it's horrible.
What, baby?
You have to tell us. I don't care if it hurt her feelings or not. What that person said was horrible.
Well, tell me.
I don't care.
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
Then call me, Jinkies, and tell me.
Who?
Tell me, I don't care. My feelings don't get hurt this much.
Don't get hurt. I want to know who the crazy S of a B is. Because to me, if they're going to sit and say something like that, then you.
Are they speaking of me again?
No, it wasn't.
Are they speaking? I have another suspect. They're speaking of me. They know how to spell my name correctly.
I want to know who it was.
So do I. And they know too much about me.
Yeah.
They even spell my name correctly. And a lot of people in chat don't even spell my name correctly.
Saying things like that's not okay. No, exactly. I've already who it is, then Maya May needs to tell who it is. It ain't going to be feelings.
I've already reported it to my local law enforcement. Okay, they're aware of it. I called the non-emergency number and I told them what was going on, and they needed to be making some trips up and down my neighborhood. And besides,
hey, Steve Rogers, how are you?
I'm not the only one here with a gun, by the way.
Fire going on here.
Don't even mess with me because I don't play.
Oh,
I don't play.
Let's see. Where is No, Jinkies ain't mad because I give him a branch. Are you, Jinkies?
No. It's your channel. You can do whatever you want to.
I know.
Jinkies thinks. Well, that's how Jinkies thinks. Now,
channel.
Daisy, think about her channel in the same way.
I do. She does what she wants on her channel.
Well, you do what you want.
That day, Candace.
Y'all are two different channels. You're not the same person.
And you wouldn't let me on there, so there's that. Well, I don't believe you know. Beware, Mama Maya may be trying to turn you against someone. I know. Hey, Anita! If they really know, they would tell it. They don't know.
Look, Miss Daisy knows me in person.
They don't even know what the person
Jinkies knows me in person well.
So I don't really care.
A lot of people know me in person.
What did I just do?
I'm not going to name them all, but they do.
Throw it over here. Huh? What, Auntie Sherry?
I said I know these people in person.
Who?
You, Jinkies.
Oh, yeah.
Christy, Chillbilly. I mean, everybody.
Well, then why are you in here talking about it then, Maya? If you know it, then if you're not going to say, then let the law enforcement find out. Miss Stacy, that was a demonic growl.
Look.
If you listen closely, at the same time, split.
Well, baby. What are they saying about me, Jinx? Or you? Or
They wasn't
Daisy?
threatening Daisy. They threatening me and Sherry. They threatened to come to my restaurant and
They
stab
threatened me too, Big Mama. They threatened me.
Yeah, they did.
They did threaten me, Big Mama. They said
they did threaten Daisy. They did.
They were threatening me too, Big Mama.
What'd they say about you?
They said they were coming after me, that I was going to die in 12 months, that I need to watch out, and all kinds of stuff.
predicting her
Hi,
death.
Anita. How are you?
Predicted Daisy's death, and nobody knows that except God.
Um,
So
thank
who is the person that thinks they're God? Let's think really long and
I
hard.
was thinking he wants to kick you.
Uh-huh.
Anyone hear about the threat in here? Yeah, we heard about all the threats in here.
Yeah, we know about all the threats. We know. We know. We're prepared. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to get shot in the face, let them get shot in the face.
Mama Maya, are you trying to say it's you
That's
because
what they'll get. That's
you
what
are
they
trying
get.
to
That's what
get
they
even?
get. I'm telling you, I've got
Because
a Bible
they
on
see
one nightstand, and I've
what
got
it
a
let you
gun.
handle.
I've got a rifle, and I've got a pistol on the other. So don't mess with me. Don't even try. Plus,
Okay, whatever, Maya. Let the law
people hear
out. The
all the
only people
time.
that really need to know is law enforcement anyway. My opinion, I think it's vestiges.
Law enforcement knows about
Sounds
these
you
threats
can
toward
listen
me.
to two different sounds.
My local law enforcement knows about these threats. I reported them.
Um, Mama Mia. I think Mama Mia is being troll. Is a troll. Anyone know how to block Anita? The name is
And
very offensive to me.
I need a hand job.
Wait. Oh my goodness! I didn't even notice that.
Oh, Lord. I went to college
I
with a
didn't know
girl
that's
named
what it
Anita
was,
Dick.
y'all.
Anita Dick
Oh,
was her last name. And they
Whoever
would
it.
get on the PA
Can't
system
block.
and
I
say,
need a hand.
Anita Dick, Anita Dick, come downstairs, please.
Yeah,
That was college.
I
We were
might.
we were,
Yeah, I think
we
it's
were pranksters.
because if somebody really
Harmless
knows they would be
pranksters.
calling TBI. They wouldn't be coming in here telling me about it. So there you go.
It
I
still
thought
could
that was
be
your
still
name. I
could
just
be one
I
of my family members. Get them to come
thought
up, show their face.
that's
Come
your
on
woman,
up.
Mia.
I'd show my face if I knew how to get up correctly. I used to do it till somebody hacked me or
Ronald.
did something.
I think all Ronald's accounts is blocked at this current moment.
It's not Ronald. He's such a weenie. What kind of man talks like that unless they are just feeling really insecure about themselves? Really?
Oh, we got to get rid of stuff.
Yeah, he's an insecure man. I'm sorry for him. I wish he had life better, Ronald.
Why was you picking
Who
on Anita
did
hand job?
Ronald when he's my
Why
homie?
block Anita hand job?
I
Because I
didn't
don't.
say anything about a head job.
Why do you want me to keep something like that in here, in there like that, Big Mama?
What
It's
in the
just a
world are y'all talking
job.
about?
And
Huh?
like
Head
at a
jobs?
college, the name. Anita hand job was being nice.
No, Big Mama, that was not nice to say stuff like that.
What?
Well,
You might allow stuff like that, but I don't allow stuff like that.
well,
What's the matter?
Nasty
well.
talking, banana
You need
eat.
some. You need some
Talking.
YK. If you need some
Nasty talking,
YK, go
banana
get
eat.
it.
I guess if you just want to alienate all your subscribers,
I'm not going to have somebody come in here under that name like that.
Amy.
Ada
What?
Cox. Ada Cox is a good person.
You're just
It's,
taking Ada's name, Jinkies, and making something dirty out
no,
of
I
it.
am not. I am not.
Uh,
She's whoever this person is
I
I
has
am
been
not.
on
heard
here
this
a
one.
long
I would
time.
never say because
They have been here a long time because they asked me, "How do you like my name?" And I just laughed. I was like, "That is really funny." You know,
who said that? Hey, 911.
I did to Ada Cox.
Exactly, they did because I
She,
know Jinkies got a dirty mind, and she'd say it.
You're just being
Jinkies.
prejudiced against dirty names.
you want me to say it?
Stupid.
Which
You
one
want me
you
to say it
want?
out loud?
Job.
Stupid.
I guess a hand job's better than anything else.
You're stupid, Jinkies. Erection.
Oh Lord
I
have
got
Oh,
mercy.
you bet- I'm about to block
that
you.
look back now.
Go get one of those suction things you can plug into your Portland in your
Quit, quit,
car.
quit. I'm being trolled right now. You got,
when people have offensive
only
names.
people with dirty minds like Jinkies would notice it.
I read a lot.
Is
And
Christine
then
in here? Where you at, Christine?
we notice it.
I'm seen somewhere.
Who's whining?
Jinkies, you're going in and out.
I just displayed
Foreman.
at sex parties for Terry and Top Dog to dance up there on your lives.
What is?
Guys,
What
on
if
one,
God is?
I'm not the one that had a
of us?
banana eating contest.
Just
shut
a
up.
slob like one of us. Just a stranger
I had to pull over
on
and
the
let
bus, trying to
slow
make
down
his
before
way
I
home.
drive home.
Joan
Look
Osborne.
there, there's Reaper Grim Smiles.
Who is E. Norman Scott?
Well, you know what? If I'm in the chat, I know how to just shoot people down like a damn like
Big
I'm at a
Mama
carnival.
has Tico
Shooting the
Biddy.
ducks. Bam, bam.
Who is
bam.
that? Big Mama
I
has
don't
Tico
know.
Biddies.
Go away. Rawr. Go away.
Y'all,
Before I bite you, I have my real teeth.
somebody told me something last night that traumatized me. I can't say what it is though. It traumatized me as a woman.
Yeah,
I
you want to
heard
be
something. It was
traumatized? You should
hot
live
dog,
my
but
life.
I can't
You should have lived my life
remember
Saturday
where.
night if you want to be
Oh no,
traumatized.
hot dog would never say nothing. No,
Say that.
top.
No, he would never.
I'm mad at top
No,
dog. I
no.
would
He
never
would
think
never
top
do
dog
that. He would never do
I would
that. He's
do
more of a
that.
gentleman than that.
ever.
Really,
No.
he is more of a gentleman than
He's
that.
not
He
that
would
kind of
never do
person.
that. He would never do that. He's a gentleman.
No,
No.
Even though he
top dog
likes to
would
play,
never
he
do
likes
it
to
anymore.
play, but he's a gentleman.
He is a
No.
gentleman, and he would never. It takes a pretty sick person to sit back there and say the things that person
Top
said.
Dog would never said that.
That would never be the case. Never. I could
Never.
almost go to court and swear on a Bible for that.
We know Top Dog's not that kind of person. Whoever it was is demented, really bad in their mind.
Yep.
Really bad in their mind. What are you laughing about, Big Mama?
Nothing.
Because
What?
she thinks you're talking
Big
about her because
Jinkies
she's
in here under
demented.
those names, y'all.
Jinkies, I love you,
Do
but you're
what?
demented.
Under them dirty
You're
names.
demented, Jinkies.
Not
Admit it.
me.
It's very weird.
Yes, you
Under them
are.
dirty names. Jinkies has got a dirty mind, y'all.
No, Jinkies does it. Jinkies
Yeah,
is
no way.
innocent as the pure driven snow.
Jinkies is innocent as the pure driven
Y'all,
snow.
Top Dog is not like that ever.
Yeah.
Not even Ronnie is that messed up. Nope, not even Ronnie.
Nope. Not even
I'm
Marshall or
that.
I've got all of his names.
Whoever it
He's
is an
he's up to
evil
about
sick
26 now.
person.
Yeah.
Obo's taken up for the country cowboy. What has happened to this world? I thought Bobo
Country
was the
cowboy.
Yeah,
Ronald
Ronald would never say that about.
No,
That's
no,
not even in Ronald's
that's
class.
not Ronald.
Ronald's too
No,
good for
no.
that.
Ronald just
Ronald
likes to
is
bash.
very.
Ronald
He
wants to
likes to
pick
make
on the
fun of women.
girls,
Yeah, he likes to make
He
fun
would
of women
never.
and
but
stuff.
he don't.
But he's not going
No,
to be doing that kind of crap.
that's not Ronald's.
No, he's too smart to know that's against the law.
Yes,
It's
No,
it
against
is.
the
not
law.
only against the law. That would be against his moral compass. That's not his style.
Yeah.
No, it's not Ronald. I promise
No.
you that.
No matter how mad we
That
get
is
it,
not Ronald.
it takes a sick, twisted individual to sit back here in the back chat to say such horrible things. Let's see.
Well,
Working on some light moves.
yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Red wine.
Um, No, Ronald would never say nothing like that, y'all.
No, never, never, never.
Or Top Dog.
No. Or any of the men we know in our
No,
chat.
no man
Our
we
chat.
know.
In Miss Daisy's chat. None
Yeah.
of them. And I've been here for quite a
And I'm
while.
pretty mad right now at Bobby G.
Almost 2 years I've been here. Yeah, I
Bobby
have
G
been
is
here.
one of
I've
our
been here
bashers
over 2 years.
on
I'm
another
not a
channel.
member. Members are gifted. I'm not gifted.
What, Auntie Sherry?
I said members are gifted and I'm not gifted.
Gifted what, Auntie Sherry?
You know, where'd Jinkies go? Why
I'm
does she
not
just pop
sure.
in and out like a whatever?
Did you fall down? Ronald gets banned more than me, but he's funny. He can be, but he's ornery when he goes
Yeah,
on other channels.
he can be sweet, but he can be
Yeah.
just as snide and snarky as anybody you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I miss Top Dog. I hope he's doing
I
well.
miss Top
He's
Dog
having
too.
so much fun.
I hope he's doing well. I
He
love
really
him
does.
very
Hey,
much.
Georgia girl, how are you?
I do love him. I do love him very much.
Big Mama needs a Big Mama. That's Jinkies. That's Jinkies in here acting like that. Jinkies is in here talking dirty, y'all.
I ain't talking dirty.
Big Mama needs a gob. Stop eating hot dogs and eat some sausage.
You ain't mean.
What? Listen, I'm gonna give you one chance.
Who you talking to?
This is
That
getting
E
ridiculous.
person. That E person.
Well, who cares?
What's up, Christine?
Let's move on.
What's up?
Let's move on. Let's just move on.
We got some dirty birdies in here talking.
Got some dirty birds in here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I'm
you're going
summoning
in and out.
someone.
Stop talking dirty, Mama V. Jakey's
I'm
is
summoning
innocent. He's a
someone.
pure driven snow.
Yeah. Jinkies is pure as a driven snow.
We're just
Hey, Christine.
I was talking about that little baby that
Christine. No, let's don't talk about that anymore. We've covered it. We understand it. We all understand it. We knew what needed to be done. Christine, see, she went off, Miss Daisy, because you were going to talk about that. She can't handle that. She's too sensitive.
Who?
Christine, she's gone already.
Come on, the rainbow.
Well.
Who went? Oh, Christine?
Yes, she's gone.
She's on the way home. There she is.
You know what one of my guilty pleasures is?
There she is. Hey,
What?
home 6:15. I was just watching Justin. Now I'm tuning in. Here, good Lord, what a terrifying title. It's horrible, y'all. It is. It's bad what they.
You know what I love? Let me show you what I love.
What, Jinkies?
My parent love.
What do you love? I love when you try to get on the expressway and people don't let you over. That's what I love.
That's what I love right there.
Gummy bears.
Lifesaver gummies.
Bears.
Oh my gosh, I should have not got on.
That's my favorite.
You better be careful, Christine.
It's raining hard. You can't even see in front of you.
Fix your ranch.
Very careful.
Hang on, I'll fix it. Huh?
What are you doing? What are y'all doing?
We're just hanging out. We was talking about that where that baby died. That was horrible.
No.
They left that woman
That's sad.
No, we're not going to talk about that, Miss Stacy. Christine is very sensitive, and this will kill her. No, please, I'm asking you.
Okay.
Please, let's not discuss it. If you want to talk to Christine privately about it, but let's not go through it again, please. It's very traumatic and very painful for us to hear.
It is. I did a video on it.
Oh Lord.
You too.
What happened with that?
You too. Hey, too, Brute.
It's it.
He's
Well,
on
I better get off here and
Hey,
clean the
too,
house.
Brute.
I got to get it clean before Logan gets home. And they're bringing him home.
Peanut said he's bringing him home.
Oh, Jinkies.
Jinkies.
Huh? Huh?
Why are you magic dog?
As soon as I get out, you leave.
Christine,
Why
why are you
No.
magic dog? What's the matter with
Why are
You had
you
the
magic dog,
magic thing.
Christine?
Magic dog thing.
That was
way
from when
before.
I was
Christine,
was
got two
dancing
magic dogs.
for Sherry
You
on
got
her
two magic
birthday.
dogs, but you're not a magic
Yeah.
dog.
How is it? I didn't put it to magic dog. I don't know if it's take it off.
Well, you have two magic dogs.
Hang on, I want to see what somebody said in here. Here.
She does. They are just wonderful. They are the most wonderful little things you ever want to see
Arkansas,
in your life.
what is Arkansas doing over here? She's one of them bashers that
Who?
is on Arkansas. She used to be over here on the farm, but she's turned to the dark side. Now she's a prayer gardener and a Justiner, and she's a basher. So why are you even over here? Stay out of my chat, Arkansas. Nobody wants you over here.
Maybe she tried this turned into a lover instead of hater.
No,
Christy, did you
come
know
in here and
not
make a
that
comment.
you know
Like us?
that bashing
Stay
is
the hell out
fashion?
of my chat. Stay over there in your troll channel that you're in.
Bashing is fashion.
Anyway,
bashing is fashion.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what they think. That's what they think.
Okay. I know. I've been getting a lot of rude comments in my under my videos too, but oh well.
That's okay. I've been getting weird phone calls from all over the United States.
Block. That's where they go. They get blocked. I
just kill them with kindness, because let me tell you what, if you think for 1 minute you're a weak person being kind to people that are being mean to you, you're so wrong. You're a strong person to be kind to people who are being mean to you, because it's easy to be mean back.
Correct.
I know.
We're following what Christ told us to do.
That's no lie.
Those who turn against you, love them all the more.
It's harder to be nicer to somebody that's being mean to you than to just be mean back. So being kind is strength. It's not weakness. It's strength.
Yeah.
I want to agree with you on that one. I really want to. That's hard.
That's exactly it. That's the point. It's hard to be good to people who are being mean to you but that shows strength.
It's
easy to be mean back.
These are the trials and tribulations a Christian goes through.
Well, people think that kindness is weakness, and it's not. Kindness is not weakness.
No,
read the back chat.
Don't mistake us. Do not mistake us for weakness. Just because we're kind to you. Do not mistake us for weakness.
I've inherited my family's home, son.
I'm telling you.
What
I've known this all my life.
I did that today.
Oh, yeah.
Take Magic Dog off, please. She ain't no magic dog. She's going home to two magic dogs.
I'm going to start doing it.
At least put an S on it.
I don't know how to fix it, Auntie Sherry. I don't know how to fix it.
But put an S on it, Magic Dog.
What do you want me to put on there?
My name.
Christine.
Everybody's is saying stuff about being Magic Dog. I don't care who it is.
I'm sorry, but
just
I know
you. Put Christine 55, Miss Christine 5555555
No,
65.
Now they just call you 5555.
Yeah. Or they call me Miss Christine 55565.
Then they're impaired.
These 20-year-olds have no idea what you're saying, Christine.
Well, they will once they get some more experience.
Yeah. I'm pushing.
But you know, the old saying is,
I know a lot of crap
You know
because
what
I'm
I'd like
pushing
to know
70.
is
I've
why,
lived through
if
much of
you
the
don't
things
like
you've
the
already
channel
lived through. Think about that one.
and you despise
Think
this
about
channel,
that.
why would you come in here and even comment?
Don't start on
To
me.
disrupt the chat.
Exactly. That just
That's
shows what
all.
person you really are.
I'm getting down. I'm getting
Fantastic.
down
I
because
thought
Daisy
better
needs
of
help. Stay up,
you.
Christine.
I thought you were a
Stay
Okay.
up, Christine, okay? My
obviously.
I
baby, I
will.
love you.
Love
Love you,
you.
Mama, Miss Christine. You know how I feel about
Who's
you.
leaving?
You're
I
my
love you
mother. You're
too.
my mother incarnate.
Yeah.
Up
Where's
there she
she going?
goes. She's letting her butt run free. Auntie Sherry's out letting her butt run free.
Hang
She
on.
don't let her butt run free. Yeah. Listen, kindness is hard when somebody's being horrible to you, but that shows strength and it shows good character.
Well, sometimes you do have to stand up for yourself, though. Like you have to do what you have to do legally to stop
Yeah. But that
harassment.
don't mean you're not kind. That just means you're just not going to put up with no more shenanigans. That's all.
And stuff. Yeah.
But you know, sometimes you do have to do what you got to do, but you don't. It doesn't have to be malice. It could just be just that. And if you've given plenty of warnings, then they get what they get.
That's true. That is true. And you know, I wanted to come on here and have a different approach today and talk about this precious little baby that was failed by this hospital in every way and victimized the parents and just try to cover it up. Horrific.
I can't believe that they tried to cover that up. Like
for
like they wouldn't find out.
That baby out. For 3 hours they tried to get that baby out. 3 hours.
3 hours? Dang. Why didn't they just do a C-section? Push it back up and do a C-section. That's what any other hospital would have done.
They said that they used a traction on the baby's head. And so
one of those things that suck.
Yeah. Well, attraction
it that way.
I don't know what attraction
that causes brain damage, I think.
Well, the baby had a skull fracture, a neck fracture. It was decapitated, and I think facial bone. They said, like
that's
that baby.
They were just.
And
oh my gosh! Let me tell you what. Somebody would have did that to my baby. Oh.
Well,
kindness would be out the window.
They were supposed to report it to the medical examiner and never did that either. And they were pushing for a cremation. Yeah.
Well, of course they was, because there's more than just the doctor involved. Because if those nurses were trying to hide it as well, then they're just as guilty.
They should have their license taken, which the board was, the nursing board and the medical board were all involved, and the hospital's trying to get out of it, but the nurses and the staff were all behind covering it up because they would not let her. Did you see that? She asked to hold her baby and they wouldn't let her hold her baby. They only let her see her baby.
You are kidding me.
No.
That's why.
They held her baby wrapped up tight where its head wouldn't fall out and only let her see it. They wouldn't let her hold him.
That's terrible.
An abusive corpse. That's an abusive
That's
corpse.
demonic. That is demonic.
I don't care what kind of doctor it is. I'm not covering her ass. No way, how, or form. I think I would have stepped to the police station. I would have stepped to the phone and called the law and said, listen, this woman just, I don't care. That's what we are nurses for, not to cover for doctors' asses, but to protect our patients.
Protect the patient. And that baby was the patient.
Exactly. The nurse that was over that woman, the OB nurse, she's just as responsible as that doctor is, because it's her job to protect that baby and that mommy while that mommy's in labor. And she knew that doctor should have took that baby in a lot sooner for a C-section. yet she concealed it and everything else. No.
Well,
They're
not
showing
only that, morally, you have the responsibility to, if something is going wrong and something like that is happening, you morally have the responsibility to make sure
and report
whatever
it.
is happening, you say exactly.
And then push for cremation. No wonder. Thank
Yeah.
God. Thank God the funeral home was smart and told the parents to come and the funeral home's the one that notified them and told them to come
Well,
see their baby. But their baby's
well, I
head.
bet you the funeral home probably didn't know they didn't know.
I don't know. It was after 4 days. They called them after 4 days. I guess they took their good old time turning the baby in. But they got caught, thank God, for what they did.
That's just pure evil.
It is to try to cover your butt and then risk your nursing license and everything for another doctor for what a doctor did. No way. I would never do it. Never.
Well, that just tells you that doctor didn't know what the heck that she was doing.
She literally, I have never, that
She
had to be,
basically tortured that baby.
yeah. I think there should be criminal charges brought up against her.
I think so too.
I really do. Hey, Nay. I mean,
Manslaughter.
manslaughter, exactly. I 100%
If
agree.
I was the parents, I'd be pushing for manslaughter. Oh yeah,
No.
child abuse and manslaughter.
Abuse of a corpse because of what they
Abuse
did
of a
to the
corpse. Yep.
baby. I mean, they concealed they concealed it from the parents. Would not even let them hold their own child. That to me is horrible in every way, you know.
What's horrible to me is that baby had face fat fractures. It had its neck pulled off of its body. That face fat fractures. I mean, skull fractures. Probably brain hemorrhage. What the heck?
It's on telling. They actually did send the baby off after the so I don't know if they I think they did find that because it's been over a month now. So it was in June, right? July or June?
Yeah, it was July, I think. But the
It,
thing about it is that any way that you twist or turn it, as a doctor and as a nursing staff, you have the responsibility to do right by your patient. That is not doing right by a patient at all. The
well,
safety of a baby was not even considered, and the safety of the mother.
I've took NOWS class and OB classes, and they've always taught us with shoulder dystocia that you don't grab the neck. You go in and maneuver the shoulder. You try to get the arm and get the arm out first, maneuver and get the arm out first. And the nurse is supposed to press down, and then you take the legs and spread them all the way back, the legs of the mommy. And then the nurse presses down on the shoulder to get the shoulder to pop out. And the doctor reaches in and tries to get the arm, even if they would have had to break the shoulder bone to get that baby out, to keep it alive, keep it from dying. But she didn't do that. The goal, the key is to get the arm out, get the shoulder out, not pull the baby's whole entire head off. My God.
That just makes me, when I first read that, when I first found that and read it, I was heartbroken. But now it's been a couple days, I am PO'd about it.
I know, me too. I feel like that they are not getting the justice that they need. I feel like that they need to be some prosecution. I really do. I feel like that they need there should be prosecuted. I think that somebody needs to be held reliable because no matter how much money that woman gets,
that's not going to bring back that baby.
Boy was brutally murdered.
And just the thought, babies, I mean, by the time they're 18 weeks, Daisy, or even before that, 12 weeks, they have nerve endings where they can feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here's the picture of the mama pregnant. You could tell the mommy was a
Oh, she looked like she was so happy.
Yeah, but you can tell that's a large baby just looking at her.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I don't, and this was her first baby, and
Those are always the most difficult.
I know. I wonder how much he weighed. The doctor should have recognized shoulder dystocia, but to me, it doesn't sound like the doctor was very experienced in shoulder dystocia because you don't wait 3 hours and try to get a baby out
No.
in 3 hours. You just don't do that.
Mm-mm. And it sounded to me like that she was twisting it, like, you know what I mean? Like taking the head and twisting it.
Right, Sun King? Well, it's on telling because what happened is when they pulled the baby out by a C-section, they pulled the body out and the head was lodged still in the vaginal canal, and they had to deliver the head out of the vaginal canal.
And the mom didn't know it?
No, she didn't have an idea.
I wonder, was the husband in there with her?
Yeah, but he probably didn't know either. No, I bet they did an emergency C-section on her. And to Bo Evans, I bet they did an emergency C-section on her after 3 hours. 3 hours.
That's crazy.
I know. If you get shoulder dystocia and you can't get that baby out after a few minutes, you need to have that mommy down ASAP in a C-section and taking her to a C-section. You don't wait 3 hours and do that to a little innocent baby. You just don't do it. It's so sad. I hate it in every way.
I wonder, has the mother made a statement yet?
I don't know. I don't think she has. I think they're just because I did pull up a while ago where their lawyer spoke for them.
Yeah.
They were both there, and the lawyer spoke. The baby was named after its daddy. They were just a young couple.
That just breaks my heart.
It does me too. But
somebody in my chat was like, "Oh, well, that happens a lot when the baby's head pops off, and they just get it. They get it quick enough and put it back on." I'm thinking,
what?
Where in the heck are you from? There ain't no babies' heads that pop off all the time. What the heck?
Doctor to decapitate a baby with her own hands, she would have had to be absolutely
pulling hard
because she's not only pulling bones apart, she's pulling ligaments, muscles, arteries. That had to be a whole mess in itself. To literally do.
She needs to get checked for drugs too, because there is no way a doctor who has extensive medical training of at least 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
would ever do something like that.
I don't know.
So something had to be going on with this doctor.
Me as a nurse knows what to do as with shoulder dystocia. Leave alone a doctor for 3 hours trying to get a baby for 3 hours. There was that poor baby.
Yeah. Well, the person in my chat or in my comment section said, "Oh, well, the good thing about it is they can have another one." I'm like, I just thought, I'm just gonna keep my cool and not say anything because that's not true. No, your baby is your baby. No matter how many babies that you can have, each baby is special. Each baby is loved, and it doesn't matter if you can have 600 more babies. The baby that had been murdered, that baby matters.
Yes, you can tell she was proud of her. They already named him. They named him after the father. There's the daddy.
Dang.
so sad. I mean, it's heartbreaking to see that.
See, that would be enough for me to throw hands.
You could tell that baby was a big baby. You could tell just by
Oh,
looking
yeah.
that she was going to have a big baby.
Yeah, you could tell she's a...
Technology these days, a doctor can measure that pelvic area and measure the see whether that, whether they should go to bed with a C-section.
Well, in an ultrasound, that's what they do. That they're measuring the head circumference, they're measuring the shoulder circumference, how long the baby is, the circumference of the length of the baby. Usually, you get in your, I think it's your last trimester, you get another ultrasound just so that the doctor knows kind of what he's dealing with.
And she was gestational diabetes. They automatically have big babies. When they have gestational diabetes, they have big babies. It was a failure all the way around, and now the hospital's trying to take away their responsibility when the nurses were involved just as much as that doctor was. I don't know, y'all. It might not be a popular subject today, but I'll tell you one thing: something needs to be done. There needs to be a.
Not only that, the doctor, I feel like, here's my opinion about it. I feel like the hospital is responsible for how this doctor acted because they are employed by that hospital. So any of your employees do something while they are under your work period, you're responsible for them.
Exactly. And then cover it up and not even let her hold her baby.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel
because
like
they do.
Homicide or whatever, manslaughter.
It's manslaughter. That is straight up manslaughter. That is, I say, child abuse, and like you said,
abuse of a corpse.
Yes.
Conceal abuse of a baby.
Conceal of
You name it. There should be charges. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, and any lawyer, a good lawyer, would go for the full thing because this mother and this father, no matter if they get $10 billion, is not going to replace their baby. And even if they do have more kids, it's still not that baby they lost. Each child is special.
Yeah.
And like my baby, my daughter, she never got to see the light of day. She never took a breath of oxygen. But guess what? I think of her
every day.
Right.
She's still your daughter. I think that if a mother has the choice, I'm sorry, Christine.
I know.
They should have let you have your baby girl to take home and bury. That's cruel. What they did to this mother was cruel too.
Well, that just makes me mad because, they act like it's not a big deal, and it is.
I know, Christine, and I'm sorry that happened to you. This was her first baby, yes. I've never had to go through that or experience that, but I don't wish it on anyone. I can't imagine what you went through, Christine, and what this poor woman.
I just feel so sad for this mother.
I do too.
And the father too.
Yeah, both of them, because they were both in the dark. They wanted to hold their baby, and they wouldn't even let them hold their baby.
That's terrible.
It's terrible.
And then for them to find out what really happened to their baby, oh my gosh. That's enough.
That angers me as a healthcare provider. It angers me so much.
It should anger all the healthcare providers.
Mm-hmm.
That something like that happened. That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully this is going to bring, and I'm not trying to put a silver lining on anything, but hopefully by this tragedy here, there can be some other kind of guidelines in place, and sometimes the doctors are going to have to take some kind of accountability for the decisions they make for the care of their patients. They're deciding what's happening, not the patient. The doctors decide how they are being cared for. And if their care, such as this, causes the torture and life of a child, they have to be held accountable.
I know. It's so sad that, thank God they didn't have him cremated. Thank God that they found out and it didn't slip through the cracks. How many babies has slipped through the cracks like this?
Exactly. That's what I was exactly thinking. Because they were definitely trying to have an experience on covering it up.
Mm-hmm.
How many babies have this doctor handled that way and they didn't die, but they came out injured, maybe brain damaged, maybe you just don't know.
Yeah.
And so there should be a record check on every baby that this pediatrician or whatever doctor this was, check their records of the health of these babies when they come out for as long as this person's practiced, just to see, has this happened before?
Exactly. I mean,
and let me tell you what, they better be glad that wasn't my baby, because they wouldn't. I would fight until I was in heaven, because there would be no forgiveness on my part for doing what they did to my baby.
And I can't believe that there's not been criminal charges against them.
Oh, I bet you there's some coming.
I know, because that woman there was a nurse that wasn't, she worked in a surgery department. She didn't even work in not respiratory. No, I don't even think she worked she didn't work in surgery. She was a regular float nurse. And they got her to go down during an MRI and administer hardcore medications that a surgical nurse would administer. And they gave the patient too much and the patient died in the MRI machine. And they arrested them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. They arrested her. They arrested her for doing that. And I don't know if she ever got out of it. It was in Nashville. Does any of y'all remember that when she did that? The nurse that gave that, it was a high dose medication. You would only think that a anesthesiologist or nurse anesthetist would give, but I think it was a regular float nurse that gave it. And she had never gave it before.
I'm going to have to look up who this doctor was on this case.
Me too.
I'm going to have to look it up and see. I want to see who this doctor is, and I want to see how old this doctor it was, and how long this doctor has been out of school. I want to see.
Yeah. Even nurses know with shoulder dystocia that you get in there, get the arm, and you pull the baby out first through the arm and through the shoulders, and you bring the legs all the way back. You take the mother's leg and pull both legs all the way back as hard as you can. And then you push one nurse pushes down on the pelvic, trying to push the shoulders out. The doctor reaches in and tries to maneuver the shoulders and the arm to bring the arm around to get the baby out. You don't grab the head and just...
Gosh. And you know, what really gets me is when you pick up a newborn baby, what is the first thing you support with your hands?
The head.
The head. Now, why are you pulling on the baby's head? If you're holding a newborn baby, what's the first thing you support? You support that baby's head and that baby's neck. You don't sit there and pull on it like that. Oh my gosh, don't get me I will go. Y'all will see Mean Christine. There you go, Justin. Put on Mean Christine. Because that stuff, I'm telling you, That makes no sense at all, to be pulling on the head like that for 3 hours. When a newborn baby comes out, everyone knows you support its head. Why are you pulling on it like that for? Oh, I can't even. Like I said, that hospital and those doctors and those nurses better be glad I'm not the mother, because they would not see the light of day. I would spend every penny I had to make sure they paid for it and that another child would not suffer this way. And you could believe and trust in that. Because that's just straight downright horrific. To have fractures on its face and brain hemorrhage and its head disconnected from it. That's just almost too unbearable to even think about. The pain this little baby went through, even though it didn't take any breath of oxygen, it could still feel. Sorry, you all. Trying not to. I know I'm like fired up now. That makes me mad. Daisy, where'd you go?
Christine, I got something come up. I got to take care of something really important right now. I'm going to have to end this live, you guys. I'm so sorry, but I had a family issue right now coming up.
All right. Love ya.
Love you.
Y'all.
Love you guys.
Bye.
I'll be back tonight, you guys. I love you. Good night, everyone. Bye. Sissy, what's...